What is up, guys? Sawcasm here, and today I have for you guys a ridiculous gameplay, probably one of the most ridiculous I have ever seen on YouTube to date. And this is the honest truth, guys. This gameplay is absolutely ridiculous. When I saw this, my jaw dropped. This is 190 kill domination along with the world's first triple assault m.o.a.b. So this gameplay is absolutely phenomenal, and there's a couple of things that I think that went really well in this gameplay that actually made this gameplay possible for the player. Take notes. I will definitely link him in the description, so be sure to take him out. Yeah, be sure to take him out with a sniper, guys. Be sure to camp outside his house. And no, I'm just kidding, please. I just ordered a hit through a commentary. No, guys, do not take him out. If you want to take him out, you could take him out to dinner or something for this amazing gameplay, but not take him out like that. That's terrible. So this gameplay is absolutely ridiculous, and this guy, I noticed that he does quite a few things well consistently. Like he's not one of those people who just got this like one amazing gameplay and this is his only good gameplay and it was just like sheer luck. No, he consistently does well. You can see on his channel he has plenty of gameplays similar to this, but I would say almost, that aren't quite as good as this, because I personally think this is literally one of the, if not the best gameplay on YouTube. But a couple things that made this guy actually able to pull his gameplay off, and something that he does really well, is I notice he's pretty much mistake free, which is, I always say this is what you need to do in order to get like one of these ridiculous gameplays like quad MOAB or whatever. You really need to play almost a flawless game, and I don't mean flawless by obviously get no deaths or else you can't get the 3 MOABs, but I mean flawless in the sense that you play almost perfectly. Now, this means a few things, This, of course, goes from using cover effectively, which is something he does ridiculously well. Of course, aiming definitely is a big part of it, but I wouldn't even say that's necessarily the heart of the gameplay, because is more so his decision making, where he is positioned on the map at the time that he is, which is really making him the success that he is, which is really impressive, because this means that it doesn't only take raw talent, raw skill to get a good gameplay to do well in this game. You can actually do well by outsmarting the opponents, by playing a better game than the opponents. That's really cool, because that shows that, anybody can improve just by, studying gameplays like this or whatever, and basically trying to implement that into your own playstyle. Now, yes, I know there's like a bunch of shenanigans that people tend to run into. They're like, oh, I try this playstyle, but every time I do, there's a guy with the FMG9s in the corner. Yes, that happens. This is Call of Duty. The way the game is built, that's always going to happen, even to players like this. But the way that he plays is so that he, more often than not, he will have an advantage. So that's really what you want to do. And overall, that's pretty much the goal of the game. And when you're playing, in order to do as good as possible. As good as possible? I think it's as well as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, you grammar Nazis. Please, put the pitchforks down, guys. Put them down. I see them in your hands. Like this always happens. I mess up one thing, and I see you guys standing there right in the corner. I'm looking at you right now. You're holding a pitchfork that says Sawcasm die on it. I see it. Don't act like you're hidden or something, because you're not. I see you right there. But anyway, there's a second MOAB. So now he continues. So yeah, pretty much need to outsmart your opponents. Use cover better than your opponents. Now another thing that I noticed he does extremely well, other than positioning, is decision making. He knows when to get in gunfights, when to just run away, and when to kind of just completely, give up in that situation. And I don't mean just give up as like, yeah, I give up, just kill me or whatever, even though he just died there. But I mean give up in the sense that, what, this area is getting a little too hectic, I'm going to give up controlling this position. So he does that a lot, and it really pays off, because although he does take quite a few, I don't want to say risks, because they're kind of like, they're low risk, high reward plays that this guy makes, which is something that I really try to do all the time, and that he does a lot better than I do. He puts himself in a position that will let him get a high reward out of being in a relatively safe area. And on top of that, overall he just plays extremely well. That's the bottom line. It's extremely well played, well thought out gameplay. Yes, he does have teammates that are helping him, but of course, he has 190 kills. When going for a 200 plus gameplay, it's pretty impossible solo. But with a teammate, a couple of things that the teammate are actually helping him do this game is probably the most important is actually keeping the enemies maintained in a couple of spawn points, you know, because when you're playing solo, a lot of times your team will triple cap. It's so annoying because you don't really know any idea of where the enemy is spawning until, you know, a little bit after, where you could kind of generalize a sense of direction of where they're coming from, but you really, it's kind of like a toss-up. They could be spawning at pretty much most places in the map, especially if your team is spread out. It's really, really hard to determine where the enemy is. So, you know, by having your team placed in specific locations, it actually makes it a lot easier. And overall, it just makes it, you know, a much better team effort, a much better gameplay. And it will help you get gameplays like this if you are able to maintain the enemies in specific spawns. And he's not really spawn trapping. That's like a completely different thing. More so, he's just maintaining these spawns with his teammates. So there's the MOABs, and he calls them in, and this is ridiculous. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you hated it, be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching.